Okay, for this video, what I thought I would do is show you a project 4 from a previous semester. And what I have here is the folder that the student submitted. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up, and your final submission folder should look similar to this, where you've got all these different files, the document fonts, the instructions, your process book as well, your InDesign IDML file, your InDesign file that's with the extension of INDD. That's for InDesign, that's the source file, and then the PDF, and also any kind of graphics that were included. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and we'll take a look at her process book first. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up. All right, so the student did a really good job with their process book. The project descriptions in here. Okay, going down, and the student did her research. Again, you are supposed to research previously designed or professionally designed either event invitations. It doesn't have to be nautical in theme, but it should be based on inspiration, or what will give you some inspiration for this project. Okay, the student's thumbnails. Scrolling down, the student's type studies. So this was one draft. She was working with different typefaces for the second draft and third. Okay, moving on to the color studies. A student explored different ways of designing this particular card with color. So she did well with her color studies, and the feedback that she was given for the critiques. She included her rough designs, and then continuing on with more of the roughs. And this was the final submission. The front, the back, and the pass. Keep in mind that you have the ability to put how much type you want on the front and the back. Next, what I'm going to do is open up the student's InDesign file. So I'm going to go ahead and double click the InDesign file. Okay, let me open up the page palette. Okay, so what we have here is the front and the back and the ticket design. For our project, you're going to do facing pages just because I think it's going to work a little bit better with the discussion board, because there are going to be so many drafts. So we've got, let me actually see that she incorporated a bleed. Yep, the student made sure, and by the way, what I did was I just clicked outside the document, hit W, and that can toggle on the visibility of any kind of guidelines for the printer. I'm going to do that again, hit the W, and I just get a nice clean preview of it. Let me go back one more time. The student did a good job of extending all her artwork beyond the trim size. The trim size is right here, and the student extended all her art off to the bleed line, and she went beyond, and that's fine too, as long as you're going at least until the bleed line. Looks like the student actually has this document locked, so I'm going to open up her layers just to unlock some of these things. Layers. Yeah, she's got them all locked. All right, again, you need to make sure that you're extending all your artwork to the bleed. Throw that back out there. The back and the ticket design. Again, before you submit your work, you need to make sure that you're packaging it. So you have a file set up very similar to, or a folder set up similar to the student. File, package. Okay. This dialog box shows all the fonts that were used in the document, the links that were included. There were 5 links in here, linked images or graphics, colors. Again, they do need to be spot colors for this particular project. All right, we don't need to worry about here. The fonts were used. Again, make sure that you're not using Adobe Cloud fonts. They will not be included in your package folder. They are not licensed for print. Links, you do need to make sure that you're saving all your graphics out as EPSs when you're placing them in your design. Again, you need to place them and not embed them in your file. Links, color and inks. The student chose to use 1, 2, 3 of the Pantone colors. Print settings, you don't need to worry about that, and so forth. And then package. Adobe's going to ask where you're going to save it or where you'd like to save it. Since I already have it on the desktop, I'm going to go ahead and just change the name of this folder to 2 since it's already there. Okay. Once you decide where you want to save the folder, you want to look down here and make sure copy fonts, except the Adobe Cloud fonts. They will never be exported in your package folder. It's going to copy wherever your graphics are located on your computer and put them in a nice folder. And it's going to update any package links, and it's going to include the IDML file. This file is for anybody that might have a previous version of InDesign, and they'll be able to open it up, and it's going to include a PDF as well, and package. You're going to get a warning from Adobe about the copyright restrictions with fonts. Just say okay. And it went through a process of gathering all that information. I'm going to go ahead and minimize the screen. Okay, taking a look at the package folder, I'm going to go ahead and open it up. Okay, inside this folder that the student will be submitting to Canvas, you've got a document font folder or fonts folder. These are the fonts that were included in her document. You've got that, let me open this up a little bit. You've got the IDM file, again for folks that have a lesser version of InDesign so they can open it up without any issues. You've got the regular InDesign file, a PDF, and also included here are the links that were placed in her folder. If you do not have anything in your link folder, you have embedded your graphics. Make sure that you are placing them and not copying and pasting them through your different applications, okay? Meaning you haven't created your logo in Adobe Illustrator, you've copied the logo and pasted it in InDesign. This is not the correct way of going about it. You need to create a frame and place your graphics in InDesign. So again, save out your Illustrator file first, the logo file. After it's saved, you want to place that file in InDesign in a frame. Okay, now the student also has her process book here, so I'm going to go ahead and drag that into that folder as well. So we've got the process book, and the final thing I'd like you to do is zip this file. So what I can do is I can click on it to select it, and I can go compress. And that's going to create a zip file. You can also click on it and you can click the control key and compress. It does the same thing if you don't want to right click. All right, the zip file is what you're going to submit to Canvas for the final submission of this project.